see comment.
And we are live. So hi guys, we already have Fatima in here. Fatima is always the first on the live. She's great. So thanks a million, Fatima. We'll hang on a few minutes now before we get started. But this is just a little tarot taster lesson that myself and Silvia are doing. So we're going to go through the Fool to the Justice card. So the first half of the major arcana cards. So I'm going to go through them and give the basic information, and then Sylvia has a fun little twist to do on each card after I do them.
You know what? This also apply to like Fatima or anybody watching. It's going to be on content of love and relationships. So Jackie's going to go the meaning to the first. Hopefully, we can make it within an hour. The first 11 major arcana, and then I'm going to see. Well, how could we see this that apply to love?
Yeah.
So that means you are watching, do it too, because we're learning together. And by the way,
Absolutely.
this is Jackie's doing a beginner class. Did he tell her in February?
I haven't yet. Yeah, I am starting my second online tarot course on the 11th of February, which is what, about 3 weeks away. It is 6 classes for €30, and it is 2 lives through a YouTube, a private YouTube link twice a week for 3 weeks. I did a few of these courses and they were like 1 class a week for 6 weeks. I just think that's too long and drawn out. So I prefer to do 2 classes a week over 3 weeks. And I have a fabulous 20-page document.
7 p.m., right?
Yeah. 7 p.m. GMT, yeah, for an hour and a half.
So that's 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 p.m. Pacific. So for you.
Okay.
To know.
Right.
So let's start, babe.
So yeah, so that's what we are doing here, is we're just giving you a taster of a tarot lesson. And if you're interested in my tarot course, get in touch with me and we'll send you the information, and I'll send you the payment link and whatnot. Yes?
And subscribe to Jackie Crystal Moon and a bit intuitive.
Yes, absolutely. If you're new here and you don't know either of us, subscribe to the two of us. We're also on, I think you're on Facebook as well, aren't you? And you're on Instagram. Are you on TikTok?
No.
Oh, okay.
I know a lot of people like it. You like TikTok?
I do, like? But I do, but people have no attention span on TikTok. Like, I did a live there the other night on it. I was doing a live on YouTube, but I just set up the phone and went live on TikTok at the same time. But I noticed that people that were coming into the live on TikTok were realizing that I wasn't doing free card readings for them, and they just fecked off again straight away. Do you know, that kind of way? Whereas people stay around to listen on YouTube, you know? So, yeah. I mean, there's benefits to both, you know, but anyway. So I do the two. Like, I put up my daily readings on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok every day, you know?
You know what? I do notice even on YouTube they want reading, but I think because you just started out with TikTok, then maybe the audience will realize, oh, she's actually gonna like hang out. Hi, Miriam.
Yeah. Hey, Miriam. Miriam is also a reader and healer, and she has lovely essential oils and all sorts, and she is on TikTok. She's Irish as well, so check out Miriam on TikTok.
Ireland in the house.
Woohoo! Yeah, so we have, and Fatima. Right. So
she's a Canadian.
Shall we get started? And we'll be waiting for the rest of them.
We got Canada and we got New York in here.
Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome, Miriam. So yeah, what we'll do is, like, I just want to mention too, you know, the astrological information from my document. I made up a lovely document, Miriam. I'm just going to show Miriam. A few months ago. So I have all the major arcanas, the number, the element, and the planet or star sign that's aligned with them. I also have it for all the and you see, look, this is my OCD now, Silvia. I had to draw in then the symbol for each of the star signs, just because I wanted to. I don't know which symbols go with which star sign, so I want to learn them. So I drew them so that every time I look at my document, they're kind of going into my brain. Do you know what I mean? And then you see I have like the wands. So I have the fire symbol all the way down, and then I have like for the court cards, like Earth of Fire is the page. Where are we? This way. The page of wands is Earth of Fire, Aries, Leo, Sag. You know, so I have them all done out there. So that's a lovely document I have as well for my tarot course peeps, and I'll send it on to anyone who wants it anyway, because I love making up tarot documents. That's just a bit of an obsession of mine.
Good.
Yeah. So let's get stuck in. So we'll start through the major arcana. So Miriam, in case you missed the start, we are just going through the first 11 cards of the major arcana. I'm going to give some basic details about each card one at a time, and then I'm going to go over to Silvia, and she's going to give her perspective in relation to love on those cards.
And that's including you, as I said, that you guys could contribute to as well.
Yes. Do please put in the chat what you think of the cards as well, because as you all know anyway, we all learn from each other. I'm literally just doing astrology reports while listening. Fabulous. I love it. Miriam is incredible at the astrology stuff. I'd be listening to your videos, Miriam, and going, what the hell is she talking about? But I am trying to at least learn star sign symbols. So we are starting off the night, obviously, with the Fool card. Now, this is, I have the box. This is my second edition of Jamie Sawyer's Sawyer Redux Tarot. It is, the cards have no borders, they have no names on them, and they have no numbers on them, so you get the full image. The colors are more vibrant in this one, and as you can see in the background, the what's it called, mandala, and there's the symbol there, look, in it for Uranus. So the Fool is Uranus. So like if you Google Uranus, it'll just give you extra information about the planet that'll kind of line up with the Fool, you know. But the Fool is, as you can see, he's about to step off a cliff. He's not looking where he's going. It's about taking a leap of faith. It's about not worrying where you land. It's like, you know, if you were saying, should I go take this job? This card would suggest, oh, absolutely, go for it. What can you lose? If you don't try, you won't know, you know, that kind of thing. The sun is shining on him, lighting his way. Yes, the dog is there, grabbing at his leg, trying to warn him of the impending fall that he's about to have. But which kind of just goes to show that you all have someone there behind you to kind of keep an eye on you as well, you know, and to realize that. So yeah, what do you have for us?
Well, you know, it's so many ways, because I know sometimes it includes another card to give a definition, and it's also intuition. But looking at it right there, leap of faith in love, that means taking a chance. Also, if you just go by the image and you don't even know anything about the card, the person is la la. You know, that first love, that double love, right? Like woo, and then the puppy is so into, and it's also represent youth, right? So it could also be young love,
Yeah,
not young, but you know, young love,
yeah,
like a teenager.
yeah,
So
yeah,
taking a chance, that's another thing that comes to mind beside the leap of faith.
yeah. And yeah, like the very beginning of a relationship where you're just going along blind,
Right? You're
and
like, "Ooh."
hoping for the best and taking chances, and you know, yeah, true, yeah, yeah, I
Right, and
love
it
it.
could even be like you're not even on guard, like people are guarded. That there's
Yeah,
room for it.
yeah, absolutely. Fatima, please
Or
do put anything in the chat.
yeah, you have anything? I was gonna say even like you may be foolish. You may be doing something foolish.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would often, I don't do cards in reverse, because when I see an upside down image, it's like it just shuts my brain off, and I'm going, nah, I don't know what it's telling me. So I have to look at it's just my OCD. I have to look at the card upright. But depending on the cards around it, what does Ray call it? Something dignities, ill dignified. So like if there was two negative cards now, one on either side of this, then that would make this what she calls ill-dignified. So it would be as if it's in reverse. So then you would say, well, you're being too foolish and you need to look where you're going and you need to pay attention to those who are trying to warn you of impending doom and, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, I can't look at reversals though. That's just me.
And another thing, like the fool is also a person who's funny. So it could mean that not just about the joy of a new love
Yeah.
relationship, but somebody, either you or the other person may be a funny guy, somebody who makes uplift you in that way. Or
Yeah.
and they're also adventurous, right? Because it's a vagabond, like so it might be a adventurous type of person. That's another thing I would think for
Yeah.
love.
And they have like only their small little bag of tricks with them. You know, they're not going off on a big adventure of a lifetime where they have all their belongings. They just have the very essentials to kind of get them through. Miriam says free spirited could be too idealistic because of youth or even naive. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
true.
good.
Love that. Thanks, Miriam. Great stuff. So will we go on to our magician? So here's our amazing magician. So he is linked with the element of air as well, and it's Mercury. Is that right? Is Mercury not? Oh no, I'm thinking of Mars. Sorry. I was thinking, should that not be fire? But that's Mars is fire. So yeah, another air element. Is it your favorite card? Huh? Death is my favorite card. I love death. So yeah, our magician is someone who has all the tools on his table. He has everything he needs to manifest whatever it is in his life that he wants. I love the whole as above, so below. So anything that's out there in the universe for us that we want to create here in the physical realm with the so below hand, we can do. We can draw energy down through us and create it here in our physical realm. The figure of 8 above his head, of course, is the infinite connection to the spiritual realm being above his head. We all know the 4 symbols, the wand for the element of fire, the sword, the cup, and the pentacle. So he has his thoughts, his communication, he has his fire and drive and passion, he has his emotions and his relationships and love, and he has his pentacle, which is earth, which is all the physical and material things in life that he needs to survive. So it's all there for him to tap into. He just needs to know how to draw on that energy from the universe and bring it into life here in the physical realm for himself. You also, of course, have, people read deeply then into the flowers, the roses and lilies symbols, the colors of them, the beautiful yellow background, which is, a nice bright future. Of course, then, right, if you're reading it in reverse, it could be, if you think a magician is playing tricks, he's getting you to see things that aren't there and not see things that are there and that kind of stuff. So it could be a trickster in your life. It could be someone you need to look out for. There's a positive and negative to every single card, but that's basically the basics of it. But very powerful Mercury energy as well, of course. So yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Well, I'm trying to keep it simple. Let's just stick with the positive then. Well, I know like a magician. Well, I don't know if this is like in the beginner, but sometimes they're known as a writer. So it could be a writer person, a charmer. You may get somebody who
Yeah.
used to be in front of the class, or the talkative type. You may get somebody who knows how to work with elements. So somebody who makes it happen. So as far as like love, I would think of it like it was like magic. It was magical. Like that little literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause I'm trying to keep it simple. Cause we're just going.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't want to go like too
Yeah.
much deep in. So I would think it's like
Absolutely.
making it happen. I got somebody who's the talkative type. You feeling the magic because sometimes you don't feel the magic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chemistry?
Yeah,
I don't know. It
absolutely. I
could
like
be
that.
chemistry because you got an alchemist.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
What would you think for love?
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, no, the chemistry like that. Yeah.
What would you think?
Like if it was, say, if girls, please do put up in the chat what you think of our magician card.
I mean, the road that maybe would be like the guy's gonna bring you flowers. I mean,
Yeah.
it's depending on what the
Yeah.
intuition popping up.
Absolutely.
What you're
Yeah. Yeah.
feeling. So what would
Yeah.
you make it for love for the magician?
Uh, Again, like you could say, you know, if someone was asking, "Will I find love?" You know, it would be like, yeah, you can manifest whatever type of love you want here. You know, Mercury is my ruling planet, so hence this is my favorite card. But also need to be reminded of the meaning of this card daily. I like seeing him as the willpower to keep going forward with manifestation, to not always be in the head and let the message of the gods flow. Love it. Yeah. Anyone new joining us? Firehorse. Miriam's Cosmic Compass is on TikTok. So if you're on TikTok, go over there and give her a follow or a subscriber, whatever you call it on TikTok. She's amazing at astrology and she does readings and she does all sorts.
Iron's like I need a magical miracle, not up for that kind of love. Even though I'm talking about that kind of love, if it's not about love, it could just be, you being up for a magical miracle. You could use that card for that.
Yeah.
If that's gonna happen,
Yeah.
you need some kind of magic happening, some kind of action, because it's making it happen.
Yeah.
Manifester.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it could be seen like that as well.
Yeah.
A lot of the tarot, I know people who are not intuitive and psychic, maybe they just use the tarot and they're really good at it. But I feel like most of it, for me, and probably for you, Jackie, it's really it's what the intuition telling you and what the other cards are with that one card.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I love doing my 2-card daily pulls, because you have to tie the two together, you know, and it can totally change a meaning of one of the cards, you know, when you get quite different cards together, like, which I love. Yeah. So will we go on to our High Priestess? So our High Priestess, there she is the element of water, and it's the moon. Now she does have, in case you didn't, in case you forget, there is a moon here. So it's nice to be able to see the moon and go, oh yeah, she's linked to the moon. Plus this flowing dress here is meant to kind of represent water too. So that's telling you that it's water. I always welcome the magician card. Gives me hope, and being a Gemini, I'm already 2 in 1. I love it.
Like if someone who actually used the tarot like a lot, they would say, "Oh, you might be with the Gemini," things like.
Yeah.
But you have an interesting sound. I just want to let you know, Jackie, that you hear when you talk, but we can still hear you. But it's like a puttering sound.
There's nothing on around me, so I don't know
what it is, but it's not. It's a little bit distractive, but it's not too much.
There's there's nothing on in the room, like, so I don't know the clue.
Unless it's just
That's
me
weird.
on my side, I hear it. Do you guys?
Yeah, I don't know. Is my sound weird to anyone else? I think it's the earphones. Would it be? I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe if I plug them out and we'll see. So. Right. Can you still hear me?
Whoa. Yeah. Okay. Good.
What, is it better or what?
No, you did that worse. Whatever you did.
Worse?
Well, now you're
I don't
loud.
know. So because that's perfect.
Miriam said clear. So we'll stick with that. Let it go forward.
Okay. Okay. We'll throw them away. So.
Okay.
So here's our High Priestess. Now, a High Priestess is like God, what's the word? Those kind of witchy women. What are they? Well, what's the? Oh my God, what's the other word for them? They're an all-knowing kind of sage, the right word or something? What's the kind of word from olden days? I can't.
It's like a mystic.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, we'll go with mystic. I can't think of the other word, but and we have the black and white pillars kind of representing darkness and light. Seer, thank you. That's the word. Seer. So she has her scroll there, look, with all the information in it. We're asking a question and looking for a yes or no answer. The high priestess is telling you, no, I'm not going to tell you. You have to go inwards and use your own intuition, keep your own counsel, as I keep hearing people say, and find out the answer yourself from within and not be kind of relying on other people to tell you what to do, you know. There is pomegranates here in the background, which have a lot of symbolism. They're kind of to do with isn't it fertility stuff, I think, if I remember
I
correctly.
wonder how that worked with the high priestess, because I know you have that fertility going
Yeah,
on with the next card with the empress.
I know. Yeah. Actually, hold on now till I just have a quick look. To look at these. I got some new decks in the post today from someone, so I just want to see what it says here about the
tarot is so deep. Like you have the basic,
God.
intermediate, and like the deep. Take care, Miriam.
I'm just wondering. Bye, Miriam. Thanks for joining. I can't see anything here about.
No, I think because that's the basic. But when you go into like the book, they have like heavy details.
It says behind the high priestess is a curtain decorated with pomegranates. The writing's very tiny. And palms, symbolizing the male and female, symbolizing the hidden potential for spiritual understanding that is common to all men and women alike. Okay. So there we go. So yeah, the high priestess is all about going within and figuring things out for yourself. I remember hearing one time someone say she's like a librarian. You know, if you go into a library and you're kind of talking too loudly or whatever, and the librarian's like, shh, you know, you can't make noise in here, kind of a thing. So again, it's like if you got this card, you'd be like, shh, you need to keep quiet and not go spreading your business to other people, and you know, that kind of a thing.
Yeah. No, I know. So interesting. I mean, like I was thinking about like how that could apply to love, but it could be a person who's single. It could be a person who's wise. So you may have somebody who's just a wise person, whether it's in love or a friend or whatever. If the person's very intuitive, we know that they're very intuitive card. It could be like maybe in your relationship, you both gonna connect intuitively like that.
I like that.
Yeah, and whatever we're not gonna go like into the signs because that's a whole different ballgame. But that's how right away I would go with secretive. Like you might be like, why is it secretive type of thing in a relationship? Could be like a librarian. It could be the type of field that they're in, as far as relationship or love.
Good. Yeah, good. Yeah. Hey, Maya and Steph. Maya, we are going through the cards. If you have any thoughts yourself on the cards, please do put it in chat.
And you know, like
Maya's great.
Yeah. You were saying like sometimes it does help to have another card because if you just buy one card without adding context like love, it's a little bit challenging because you have to fit around that. But if you just say what it means, it's a lot easier. But when you start saying add love, it may be helpful to add another card because then it gives like a story, you know, things like that. You're always always on big TV.
Maya plays my lives on her television, so we're like on a big screen now in her house, and herself
are we like 3 feet wide and 5 feet tall?
Oh, even bigger, I'd say. Bigger, I'd say. So yeah, Maya, any thoughts on the high priestess? I'm doing the basic info, and Silvia's a bit of info as if you know the card was pulled in a love reading. So we just wanted to kind of broaden the horizons.
Actually, you know what? It like kind of forced me to look at those cards in a love context, but without having any other context to it. But it's a different thing going on.
Yeah. That's what I do in my wait, now, can I show you? Just give you a quick look. This is my tarot document, or my tarot course document, I should say. Yeah. So look, I went through, for example, this is the wands, right? So I went through the wands and I wrote a sentence for if you put the Ace of Wands in relation to health, love,
like
and
that.
career.
Yes.
You know. So, and I did that for the now I only typed them up for the ones because then in the course I want to get people to in their own for the other three suits.
I like that.
You know? Yeah. So and I did I do the majors? No, for the majors I just did a positive and negative sentence for each one. So yeah. I love my tarot I love making tarot documents to make my brain work better.
Yeah. No, I like that. By the way, Maja, right. She said about the high priestess, she keeps secret and mostly shows me at the mistress. That's right. Thanks. Yeah.
Okay.
Secret, you know.
Sure. Thanks, Maya. Yeah, I like that. Huh. Right. Shall we go on to our lovely Empress? The Empress is Venus, which is easy to remember because the Venus symbol is here. And it's the element of earth, which is kind of I remember that it's just the fact that there's trees and bushes and corn and everything around her. But she is, whenever she comes up, I tend to think of her mainly as like needing to take more time for self-care and stuff, you know. She'd be someone she's an empress, you know, she's in charge of her kingdom. She takes care of everyone else. She looks after everyone else. She runs everything else. She may need to take some time out and look after herself instead, you know. So that's what I kind of generally get. Again, she has, I think they're supposed to be pomegranates, aren't they? There's a waterfall here, which is to do with like flowing emotions. There's all that, obviously greenery and everything around her. She's out in nature. She's very connected to nature. Then you have the Venus element, which is very kind of feminine energy as well, and that kind of stuff. I did that kind of stuff to learn in college and uni. Cool. So yeah, I love the Empress. She like Justice would be my card as a Libra, but I think one of my places is Venus, so this card is linked to me as well. You know, like Libra Sun, Virgo rising, Taurus moon. What's the other one? Venus is in my Venus is in Leo. That's what it is. So that strength and that kind of feminine Empress energy is lovely, you know. So yeah, what do you think in relation to love?
Well, you know, fun. This could mean a lot of different things with love. Well, you mentioned self-love, right? So self-love, that's self-care. Also, she brings beauty. So bringing beauty in relationships. She's known to be a nurturer. That's the form of a nurturing relationship connection. She also could be a wife or a mother. So that's the form of love and relationship. She's also known as a goddess, right? So, right, the feminine aspect. She's pregnant, could be pregnant, you know, in a relationship.
Yeah.
Well, that's why contacts do matter. Like now that we're doing this side by side thing. It's so different when you're just learning like some of the basic meaning to it. But then when you add the other thing, that's when the intuition have to kick in. Could it too flat otherwise? You need the other context or another card to give a story to it. So, but the Empress was the easiest out of all the cards we've done so far that it could be about love and relationship because she had Venus.
Yeah.
Go ahead, explain it how that changes things.
Like if you two together, like I mean, this could be an Empress. This could be a kind of a mother figure who's looking after everyone, but who is kind of being attacked from all angles in relation to something and feeling the need to kind of defend herself and to stand her ground. You know, there could be someone at her, someone in her way, and she's just having to protect herself, you know.
Yeah,
So that's a whole different kind of reading, you know?
exactly. And she could be like a mama bear. Don't mess with the mother and the child,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Don't mess with my babies. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, I love that's why I love doing the two cards
Yeah.
just to kind of add so much to and I mean I'd even see something in relation to say even this card, for example, depending on what comes up next to it. It could be something completely different will come to my mind. And it could be just from one color or one background symbol that I've never seen before or
Right. It
kind
might
of
not
thing.
even have
So
to do about the empress. Cause maybe our spirit guides know better, and it's gonna be like, look at the
yeah,
tree, and all you're gonna notice is that
yeah,
tree, and that the story is gonna come from that. But that's why
yeah,
it's good to know the basic, but really the majority is the combination of
yeah,
card and your intuition. You don't even
absolutely.
have to
Like I
know the
do
cards. You could just go by
yeah,
visual. I had a friend who didn't
yeah,
even know tarot, and she just looked at the card and she gets stories out of the visual. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. You see, it is great to do a bit of everything, like let your intuition give you some look at the image. Like I was taught to look at the image and say, okay, what do you see? So describe the image, what's happening in it.
right.
What do you feel? So are you angry, sad, scared, whatever, looking at the image? And what do you know about the image? And then you can like that go into the color, like our next card, the Emperor is all red. So like that's kind of root chakra, that's like strength and power, or it could be stop. You know, there's so many things you can bring into it then
Yeah, and you
afterwards, you
don't
know.
know, like,
But I like
somebody who maybe they're known. I think we have all senses, but maybe we have one that's more stronger than others. Like if somebody said they're
yeah,
clairvoyant, I don't believe they're not clairaudient or other. It's just that they have strong point. I don't know what that was.
yeah, yeah,
Strong point, strong point. And somebody could look at a card and they don't know what this means, but they might start hearing something from looking at the card because the
yeah,
spirit guide
yeah,
going, "Oh, look, she's wearing a crown, so that means the person that he's gonna date is a diva." You don't know, but that's how
yeah,
a card could
absolutely.
be, like literally like that. Like the spirit guide
Yeah,
might say, "Make you focus on the crown." You have no idea what this
yeah,
meaning is, but you know the female. We're
yeah,
talking about love, so in a quirky way, your spirit guy might be like, "Oh, be careful. She might be a little bit of a diva," but he might like a diva. Who knows?
yeah.
So I know we're kind of going everywhere, but that's how it is with tarot card.
Oh no, that's grand. Yeah. No, last year I was doing a reading for someone. It was a Celtic cross, but I had the Seven of Pentacles in one of the card positions, and I just, the Seven of Pentacles is about kind of looking at what you've grown and seeing if it's working out for you and deciding whether you want to kind of start again or if you're happy with your progress, needing to have patience while things are growing and that kind of stuff. But I just mentioned, like I said to her, I said, this guy is like a horticulturist. He's been growing stuff. He's now taken the time out to check it all over, to assess it, see if he needs to whatever. And she goes, "Oh my god!" I says, "What?" She goes, "I'm doing a horticulturist course." I was like, "You can't make that shit up,"
I know.
you know?
That's why it is like really a lot of it intuition after a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I've never said the word horticulturist to someone before talking about the Seven of
You think you're
Pentacles.
making up stuff.
You know?
Like you could be saying hot dog 5 times and we're like, "Why am I saying that?" And somebody had some funny joke about that with, da da da.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, same in mediumship readings. I was having a reading during my course with someone, and we had our eyes closed. We were supposed to see what we were seeing in our third eye and describe it. We were doing it live on Zoom, right? And a girl was reading for me, and she said, "Oh no," she said, "this is ridiculous. I can't say this. It doesn't make sense." And the teacher was saying, "No, no, no, just whatever you're seeing." She said, "I'm seeing a heart and an alien head." She goes, "It's ridiculous. I know." And a friend of mine was in the background going, "I know what it is."
I
And I
know.
goes, that makes absolute sense. And the teacher was like, "Go on, tell us." I said, "I'm obsessed at the moment with Ancient Aliens, the show on Netflix." I said, "That's what that's about." But she thought I was mad. But I was just like, "Say whatever you're
And you know what? It's
saying," you know?
perfect with, even when you do your tarot class, because a lot of it's getting out of your own way. Because when
Yeah,
I, I've been doing this for 30 years, but in the beginning I was taking it so literal. I was having a hard time with
Okay.
this. And so when
Okay.
I was getting coaching a little bit, like mentoring from a spirit, from a somebody who does reading for a living, she goes,
Yeah.
"You're trying to make sense of it. You're not supposed to.
Okay.
You have to get out of the way. It has nothing to do with you. You have to like." And
Yeah.
sometimes it sounds ridiculous, like for example, the ancient alien, and sometimes you're getting information that you don't even know. That's not even like your frame of reference. Like, let's say this
Yeah.
person is from, this lifetime with this and that. I'm going to sit here and try and analyze it. I'm getting in the way. So part of learning
Yeah.
tarot, besides practical and logical and do all that, eventually, or maybe right away, it's also the other aspect, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
But can I thought somebody who literally said, "Well, I don't really have any intuition, but I'm a great tarot reader," and I was so fascinated. But he was the type of person that knew every little thing.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like they
Yeah. Yeah.
know every
Yeah.
little. But even then, I'm like, if he's noticing this versus this, I think that's still a little bit of an inkling, something inkling you to look at it.
Yeah. It is.
You
Yeah. It's
know,
true. Yeah.
but
Yeah. Probably just doesn't realize it. Yeah.
not
Yeah.
to complicate it. But anyway,
I know. I know. But I like to kind of do a bit of everything. I like to know what the card is. I like to kind
it
of
helps a lot to know the
discuss things.
foundation. Definitely,
Yeah. Yeah. What they were initially meant. Kind of for
definitely,
or whatever. But then I like to look at the image myself and see what else I get from it intuitively.
right.
I do like to
Exactly.
into the colors. I do like to know all the little symbolism bits too.
Yeah.
But in the original Rider Waite too, it's so old and the drawing is so kind of primitive, I suppose. You don't know some of the symbolism. It's only since I got this deck that she has all the line work cleaned up and you can see things that I've never seen before. Actually, look, go back to this a sec. See on the fool's bag, there's an eagle head. That's an eagle's head on the bag. Do you know? So there's a lot of symbols like that I haven't seen before I got this deck, but just because she's perfected all the line work and made the symbols very visible, that now I'm going, Jesus, I never saw that before in the cards in all my 8 years.
That's what I'm saying. It's like an ever going thing, like learning about the tarot.
Yeah.
But nowadays people make tarot cards, and each person, what do you call it, like the illustrator, the one who creates the card, they keep the
Yeah.
foundation, but then they add their spin to it.
Yeah.
Adding other
Yeah.
stuff. But that's why I like to start out with, like you said, it's good to know the foundation, and
It
then
is.
everything else is
It is.
depending
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
person learning. So what does the emperor mean for you?
Well, I suppose the emperor is someone who rules his land, now he can be quite aggressive is the wrong word, but he's like he's not kind of faffing about. He's not messing. He means business, He could be like a kind of a strict person. Not a bad person, but just a strict down the line. This is how we do things. This is how I'm running my people, my land, my whatever. He is the element of fire and the Aries. Aries is there anyway. Look with the ram heads on the chair. But you can now. He has something just came to my mind there. What's the saying? Rule with an iron fist. Now he doesn't have an iron fist, but he's his iron shoes. He's quite just again bringing home that Jesus Christ words.
Are they like noble? They're like noblemen type of thing.
Yeah. I mean, this guy means business. He's not messing. He's quite a strict, strong person. He'd be, if that was coming up now, if you were doing a reading about a father figure and this came up, you'd be looking at someone who's very strict and serious. He's not like
He's the boss.
a cup say
He is the boss.
yeah, he is, yeah. Yeah. He's very serious, you know?
And you know what's funny? Like, I think for a beginner, they should learn to ride a weight. You know what I mean? Because
Absolutely.
if you go to another deck like the Life Fair, that guy is modern looking. He's not a
Yeah.
noble type, but he had
No.
a check in his hand, like checkmate. So that's like a guy he's the
Yeah.
boss. Going back to like he's serious, he knows what he's
Yeah.
doing, he's the boss.
Yeah.
Like if we're gonna talk about love, I would right off bat the emperor is sometimes known as the husband and the father.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's love and relationship. Also, you might like a masculine man who takes charge in a relationship.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, that could be seen as that. Also, you mentioned a ram, so it could be that his astrology wise, what is the Aries ram?
Aries. Yeah.
Okay, or it may be that he's a sergeant because we're looking at the military of the boot. So it depends.
Yeah.
We learn the basic, but then it's also again going back what other cards and the intuition. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and unless he's the king, if we take it literal, if he you end up with the King Charles or Prince Charles. But right off the bat, first thing is the boss type. You take charge, father,
Yeah.
and things like that. Hi, Shadow.
Hey, Hershey. Hershey's here. So yeah, Hershey, if you want to put up anything, any thoughts on the Emperor card, we're just going through the first 11 cards of the Major Arcana and discussing kind of basic info, and then Sylvia's given us some love information.
Or relationships. We're just chit-chatting.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to put anything up in chat, work away. So that's our Emperor, lads. And again, like the red, is you could say he's a very fiery, passionate man because it is the element of fire as well,
That's right. Right. Fiery, passionate man.
Again,
He knows how to
root
take
chakra.
charge.
Yeah, yeah.
He
And
kind
again,
of
like I link the colors in the chakras as well. So it's root chakra. So he's a grounded person. He's not all airy fairy and
that's true.
Let's have a quick relationship and I'll leave again. This is a grounded fella who knows what he wants.
That's right. Yeah. It's funny because you do have the 78 and so the type of guy may be different depending on what other cards you have. But that different vibe with the Emperor for sure. And if a guy would reading and he would picking up and he would straight and he picked up the Emperor at what type of woman he may end up. It might be that she's a boss lady.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So
she's the one who wears the pants in the relationship.
Exactly. That's a good one right there.
Hershey says the concrete jungle king and extreme. Yeah, I like it.
Oh, that card there? I never thought of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So thanks for those, Hershey. Love it. So shall we move on to...
I never thought of that.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Our Hierophant. Hierophant is the element of Earth. Taurus. So my Taurus, I'm moon in Taurus. Oh yeah, that's interesting because I love teaching. Like I love tarot reading, but I prefer the teaching side of it. So there's me teaching, A Hierophant is the high priest or pope, so it's always kind of been, always had religious connotations, but obviously these days it's more kind of seen as a spiritual leader, And here's his there's a fancy old word again for these two. Is it something like Beckett? That'll annoy me now. Does anyone know what the old fancy word? It begins with S for these two, as in the two people.
Altar boys, aren't they altar boys? Oh, I know you mean the yes.
I
know what you're talking about, but I can't think of it.
That's the kind of word now that
not a monk. No.
No. Anyway, look, if it comes to me, I'll tell you. But But yeah, he's I mean, often see this is higher learning, these two are going to him to learn, he's kind of leading them. Now, if we were doing true crime, right, this could be like a cult leader. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, not many people, well, not many people, a lot of people these days don't kind of follow organized religion. I mean, this could be kind of seen as organized religion too. I mean, whether people believe in God or not, you don't have to go and sit in a church in front of a priest to pray to God or to pray to whoever or whatever you believe in. You can do it at home in the comfort of your own home, So this is kind of like I mean, this is just any kind of spiritual leader. Like I would see this as someone who kind of does a meditation class or any kind of spiritual class.
It goes with what you just said before. Like this had a little bit of an older vibe, and theme. And then if you go to other tarot cards, they have like even Gen X type. They're
Yeah,
so different looking. It would be like maybe a meditative guy, like you said.
yeah,
No, but we try
absolutely.
and keep it simple, like just starting with the basic.
In the light series, you mentioned the light series. In the light series, it's someone doing a meditation class, isn't it? Am I right? I think.
The what?
This card in the light series, is it someone doing a meditation class? I think maybe. I had that deck before.
I don't remember.
I struggle with my nemesis in RWS form. Ugh, just my opinion. Yeah. I always think of the Jesuit priests who made my medical cannabis possible when I see the Hierophant. Oh, cool.
Next, that would be good. Like another day to show how when you have two different cards, how images matters.
Yes. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
then you'll be like, okay, now you learn the basics, right? Or at least beginner
Yeah.
level, da 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 da. Because
Yeah.
then you have intermediate, whatever. But if we go by image alone, what kind of vibe do they give out? So they're
Yeah.
also spiritual nature. Oh, you know what? In the now I'm seeing the life there. The Hierophant look more like a person meditative and they're looking up and they're just like connected to the divine and you kind of see
Yeah.
the elevator.
I was
It's like a
thinking that.
different
Yeah.
thing, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, if we talk about love, it could be like maybe literally you got married and you had a priest
Yeah.
married you. It could
Yeah.
be a minister if we're gonna go modern. Um, it could be that maybe they're not married because they show to be chastity.
Yeah.
Or it could be like in Lutheran, you're allowed to get married, even or a rabbi. You could
Yeah.
like if somebody was saying if I was like what kind of guy he's gonna be, it might be like, oh, he might be in ministry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or he might
Yeah.
be very devoted to God.
Yeah. Or it could be a teacher.
That's right, a teacher. But at basic, it's probably the best, like the Pope, the priest, somebody they look up to, and
Yeah.
things like that. I Yeah. So love with that. That's the only thing I could think of right now. Love and
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah. So we have our lovers card. Lovers is air and it's Gemini. So again, you could kind of, if you knew about, just found out today that hats are a big thing in tarot. Yeah, I saw someone had a video up on that recently. I must actually watch it. Yeah. Oh, okay. No, as in hats, as in like hats on people,
Oh, the type of okay. That's
Yeah.
true. Could they all
Yeah.
have a different right?
I saw that. If I find it, I'll share it. I found that the other day, a video on the amount of tarot and what they mean and the different cards and stuff. So yeah, here we have our lovers. It's generally kind of seen as, I mean, it can be about a strong, long-lasting love, but it can also be about making choices because this is the guardian. We have the burning bush here, and we have the woman here, and the apple tree and the serpent crawling up it. What's always mentioned on when people are kind of talking through this card is that he's looking lovingly at her, but she's looking up at the angel above, So that's always a question on people's mind, is like, he looks devoted to her, but she's looking elsewhere, you know. But they're naked, and being naked in tarot is all about being kind of open and vulnerable with people. I would also see it as a symbol of, like, we're born naked, so I would often see it as a symbol of rebirth, you know, and that kind of thing. And I
Yeah,
can never think which angel this is.
I know. That how deep the tarot is. Cause like we're just going with
Yeah,
basic. Cause there's a whole other story. Like if you really read people who they have books on detail. That's why
yeah.
tarot is not like um
Yeah.
you figure out if you're gonna be a student of it, you figure out a time you go. But if we're gonna talk about love relationship, the obvious lovers, they're in a relationship. Or it could be partnership and not literally in a relationship. Go ahead.
No, sorry, I'm just there's a load of I always bless myself. Sirens going in the background, some emergency services.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, go on.
I know decision. Sometimes that used to confuse me because it would say, "Oh, it's about decision, deciding on something." But
Yeah, yeah,
keeping it simple, lovers, the obvious, or it could just be, um, partnership, but it doesn't have to literally be a partnership,
yeah,
depending on the
yeah,
card. In a
yeah.
corporation, and
Oh,
try and keep it simple. What are you getting, Hirsch? Hirsch.
absolutely. Yeah, no, Hershey said could have mean loving yourself. Absolutely. Yeah, I would see this, yeah, as kind of you loving both sides of yourself, both your masculine and feminine aspects.
Right,
You
the
know, we
yin
all have
yang,
masculine and feminine
right?
energy anyway.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
absolutely, Hershey. Yeah.
okay, so let's keep it simple because each card you could go on for a long time,
Oh yeah, we could.
right?
So our chariot card is water, and it's the sign of Cancer. So again, we have black and white sphinx, kind of symbolizing darkness and light. Chariots are, moving forward, even though this one technically, because these two sphinx are lying down and they don't look like they're going anywhere, but um, they are moving forward. But I would always see, because there's a black one and a white one, I'd always say, like, you need to kind of choose your action carefully, because like this guy might be leading you down a dark path, whereas this might be the direction you should be going in, But this is a massive card of like successfully moving forward. And because he has that town in the background, so close in the background, that always for me kind of symbolizes that he has people around him. He didn't do this by himself. He had people behind him who helped him to get where he got.
It's interesting because it's so intricated.
Yeah,
Like if you
yeah,
just go with just the basic, it's movement, right? Or some people
yeah,
consider it a form of a ride, like a chariot, like a car or something. So, but then sometimes I would see the white image or the dark image, those shadows and light. So I know there's so many symbols that I don't really pay attention. You got the thing on the
there is.
shoulder and all that, like the head and
Yeah,
heart are facing the same direction.
and even see like these masks here on his shoulders, the moon on the shoulders. There's just so much.
Yeah, it's a lot of
There really is.
information, but at basic
It is.
movement, it's a
Yeah,
transportation going to somewhere. So if we're
yeah,
gonna use that for love and relationship, maybe there's movement going on. There's something
yeah, yeah,
happening, which is good.
yeah,
Maybe if you're reading on a first date, it might include if you're in the city, you'd be like, "What does chariot have to do anything?" And then he surprised you with a horse and carriage to Central Park.
yeah,
You don't know.
yeah, yeah. You do. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. I like it. Black, white, yin yang balance. Yeah,
Well, if you
yeah,
notice, like each card develop into the next one. So it starts out with the Fool, then
yeah,
they all add to it. Like the symbol I
yeah.
noticed goes into the cards
The
after
story.
all that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So we have our strength card, which is about strength, obviously. It's about inner strength and courage and kind of not being afraid to go after what it is you want. She is, I saw this in a video I watched the other night. The two of them like are looking lovingly at each other. So she has control of this fierce beast.
It's a Beauty and the
But
Beast
he
card,
is,
you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And he's looking lovingly up at her while she's kind of patting his head and holding his jaw underneath, you know. She's looking lovingly down at him. And again, there's the oh my god, the figure of eight symbol, what you call it, above her head, again showing that infinite connection that she has with him. We have the beautiful, obviously, yellow background, kind of, you know, bright happiness, sunshine, all that kind of stuff, you know. And you see he has the tail down between his legs, actually, kind of showing
And you know,
his kind of
interesting.
submissiveness.
We were talking about how like each card goes into the next card. I wrote like
Yeah,
a bunch of scribble here. And
yeah.
here it said that female is a female versus a version of a magician who used magic of the subconscious correctly. It's mostly law of suggestion. So how you see how
Ah,
so each card it's like what I found out. Somebody said when you become a empress, you already became all the four queens. I never thought of it, and they said
yes.
that at one
Yeah,
point
yeah, yeah.
you are the 78 cards of the deck. You have
Yeah.
all the roles. Like the devil, you'd be like, no, I'm not the devil, but you've been tempted. You've been, you know, this and that. Hi, Heather. So if we're gonna go in love and relationship, she charming the guy. You know,
Yeah.
it's also compassionate. It's supposed to be
Yeah.
compassionate because it's strength. She's
Yeah.
acceptive. So yeah, it's so many different things. I obviously looking at that. She, what do you call that expression? She has him in her fingers. What is it like? Oh,
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about.
yeah, I do.
I
Yeah,
mean, my
yeah,
finger.
yeah.
I got him puddled. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
And it could be because she's compassionate. Somebody who's tough or been through a lot, like the beast. They're able to
yeah.
feel accepted, and they kind of lower their guard.
Bye, Heather. She's going in.
You know,
So yeah, I love
she
that.
called us taters. Later, taters. Is it because she Irish? You think she's a potato? No, I know that expression.
Hey, Lil. I work with Lil.
Hi,
So
Liliana.
we are on to our hermit card. The hermit is Earth and Virgo. So I'm Virgo rising. So
Virgo.
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. So this hermit, obviously, we all know the word hermit. And actually, I live in Hermit's Drive, the name of my street. But yeah, this is a guy out on his own. You can see the snow. He's on the top of a mountain. He's gone off on his own, soul searching. Um, he has his lantern with what I believe is isn't it the Star of David? Is it a 6 pointed star? Is that, am I right? Is that the Star of David? I think it is, isn't it?
Oh,
Which has big symbology, which I don't know off the top of my head, but anyway.
you know,
But yeah, it's
I find the tarot so interesting because it's like you say,
yeah,
you learn there's something new popping up all the time, and then especially like, you know,
absolutely.
yeah, and then when you have other people interpretate the tarot with their mind and spin, that's a whole different level.
It is, yeah,
Um,
yeah. Oh, I hear something different every day. I think if I watch anyone's YouTube video on tarot, like
I mean, if you're not even like don't even understand the what you're reading, just look at it. It's a wise person.
yeah,
Just go by
absolutely,
that. It's a wise person.
yeah,
It has wisdom.
yeah,
It like to hermit. It like to be a loner. or like to be by himself.
Now, it could also be that, what's the word? It could also be that you need to, and I have said this to someone before, and it made sense to her. And I said, you need to find someone to guide you forward. Do you know? She was looking into new business. Yeah. She was looking into new business opportunities, and she said, I'm going to talk to such and such a person. Someone, it was not tarot, Jesus Christ, remember, tattoos. And she was having a meeting with an established tattoo artist in my town who was kind of give her direction, you know. So I pulled the hermit and I said, yeah, you need someone else to kind of light the way for you and to show you where you're going. Or it could be that you need to be the person to light the way forward for someone else. You know, I've often seen it like that as well, not just the introspection side of it, you know.
Right. And also, when you are, what is that? Reflection time. You're going through reflection time and you're looking from within, hence the light.
Yeah.
It could also be Nostradamus, like looking at it. He used to look at the camera.
Yeah.
So if you're going to look at a relationship, love and relationship, I don't think it have to be a relationship. Could be a person who's single, the person who's older.
Yeah.
I mean, I might even look at it and think it's the grandfather. It's all in context, you know. If it's not even about age per se, it might be a person that I'm dating that's been alone for a long time, or maybe a person who had skills that I don't know what the hermit skills are. It's like in a modern day. It could be a researcher type. I don't know. Could, you know, you have the other card, but in relationship, I think mostly it's kind of like what comes to mind when you meet somebody who's helping you to connect from within, to look and reflect.
Yeah.
But a lot of time the hermit is like you're alone. So I might even consider that there's nobody else there. But if I was looking at the card and they said your guy is going to be like the hermit, I'd be like, oh, he must be really wise or something, you know, something like that. Yeah. Okay. We're not going to get too deep because I don't think you guys want to hear us talk for like 2-3 hours. So,
we've 2 cards left.
Yeah.
2 cards left. So next we have our Wheel of Fortune. Now this is my card of the year this year. The Wheel of Fortune,
the year 1
is it's and of course, well, 2026 is a 1 year anyway. But when I add up digits of my, you know, like on the 27th of September, 27 plus 9 plus 2026, break it all down, and I get 10 anyway, you know, which is back to a 1 year, like. So this is my card of the year anyway. So it's all about things turning in our favor, you know. It's a very much a divine timing card. Sometimes we're like the Sphinx and we're on top of the wheel and everything is going right for us. Sometimes we're like this kind of is he meant to be like an Anubis character, I think, and we're like crawling up the wheel to be back on top. And sometimes we're like this poor snake and we're kind of falling down the other side again, and things are going wrong, you know. But all these winged creatures in the 4 corners are
I know that's a lot of information over there alone.
Yeah. There's 4 elements. They're meant to represent 4 elements anyway, yeah. And Maya said, same for me, Jackie. I recorded a video about it. I don't know. I must have missed that. I must check that out because that's interesting. So, yeah.
I remember somebody said it's a new cycle, like a new cycle. So if we're in a relationship, it might be, I would consider it like a new, like sometimes people go through a rough patch. Maybe having you guys work it through and you have a new cycle. Also, you may be, maybe now you're in a new cycle where you guys were raising kids. Now they're going to college. So now you guys are in a level of, what do they call empty nester? So that's the new energy zone there. Also, it could be like lucky because you said divine timing. So this is like an interesting way you met this person is meant to be kind of thing. That's how it would be as if I would really Yeah. I mean, we're going with basic. We're not going too detailed. So
Absolutely.
also maybe timing.
I mean, you have all these there. Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know what the astrology for that. Do you know the Wheel of Fortune? Or the
I'm
many?
losing you. You're going all pixelated on me for some reason. 2026 year spread. Okay, I must look up that Maya.
What about law?
So yeah, your picture has gone all funny, but I can still kind of hear you, Silvia.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I can see myself. Oh, poop.
Your
Whoa, we'll through a Wheel of Fortune right now. They keep stirring into a new energy, new cycle. No.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Hey, there you are. You're coming back. Finally, I can see you. There you are. Right. And last but not least on our major kind of journey, we have the justice card. So justice card, obviously justice, right? It can be about like if you were going to court, it could say that you're going to win the court case, that kind of thing. It's about balance. See the two balance scales here. It is the element. Sorry, justice is the element of, where am I? The element of air, and it's Libra. So I'm Libra. So because it's air and there's a sword here, you see, I would always say that it's about kind of mental balance. You know, you may need to bring some mental balance into things. She is holding the sword of truth. I did hear someone say one time, I don't know how true it is, if a sword is being held up in a tarot card, it's that a kind of decision or a plan or whatever has been made. If they're holding a sword down, it's that, you know, they need to kind of think things through more and come to a better decision. But it's like, you know, if the sword is up, they're ready for action, you know. And this can be about karma. If someone has kind of done something or said something untoward, then it could be that karma is going to sort them out, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And if
Oh
I'm
yeah.
talking about love and relationship, a person who does the right thing, you know, that's the
Yeah.
personality. Also, if you've been through, let's say, the drama of a relationship, maybe through maturity, if we're going with the Wheel of Fortune to cycle change, you got a second chance. He did the right thing, or she did the right thing. Maybe he was a little bit of a player, but going forward,
Yeah.
she gives him the right thing. Also, like instead of getting married in the church with the Hierophant, you got married through the government. What do you call the court?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you have to do that anyway by law before you get married in a church anyway. You have to go to the government and get married that way. Also could be the career, maybe the type of person that they judge.
Good. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and
True.
that's it.
Yeah. Lil, what about loss? Were you referring to the last card? Was it the Wheel of Fortune? I'd say maybe.
I think we're good. Oh.
Explain what she said. Lil said, what about loss? But I think you were probably referring to the last card, were you maybe?
Maybe because
But let me know.
Maybe it's about loss because it could be the new cycle because maybe at the end of something. And yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. True. That makes sense. Yeah, it could be Lil. Yeah. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions, lads, before we wrap up about those cards? Let's do if you want, then we do the next week, do the other half of the major arcana, Silvia.
Yeah, if you want to do it again for the rest, let me know.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Cool.
And also
we should do.
What?
Yeah, we should do.
But I'm wondering if we do the other card, should we add a card to it? Like instead of doing love, like add a second card to it. So like, or you just want to keep it simple. But then maybe I'll add the minor card to it, so we add a little bit more detail to it.
Yeah, we can do if you want. Yeah.
But for your class, you're gonna keep it simple. You're just gonna do one card and learn that way.
By Hershey.
Take care. Like, what do you do for your class? You gotta just do one.
No, well, no. In my class, I'd like each class I teach a certain kind of amount of information, and then like we do one card pulls, and then maybe the next live I'll do get them to pick 2 cards and read them together, teach them how to read them together, and then we like in maybe the 3rd or 4th class we'll do a 3 card where past, present, future, and learn how to tie them all together and create a story and that kind of thing. Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Okay. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Again, that's the February 11th and starts 3
February 11th.
3 weeks, right?
3 weeks, yeah. It's because it's 2 a week for 3 weeks, so that's 6 classes. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
I always like learning like the one way, but then there's 2, and then you start adding story to it. Could bring so much different context to it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it does. Yeah. And you kind of, like I said, now you kind of look at the cards like that now one by one. You kind of only look at them one way, what the kind of original intended meaning was. But it's when you start putting them together that you kind of start drawing on more information from them because of what's coming up with them, so yeah.
Okay.
It's cool.
Right. By the way, if you have any ideas how you want us to do the rest of the major, let us know. Put it under her comment.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Lads, make sure you hit the thumbs up on this live and share it. It'd be nice to share it and get it out there and get people commenting on it as well and giving us their own thoughts on these cards, because I love people. One thing, now I know we'll be doing the other half of the major arcana next week, but like I remember it's about 2-3 years ago now, I heard a fella on YouTube saying about the tower card, there's no door in the tower. So it's a self-built tower that was put up around yourself. So it's about being thrown out of your comfort zone. Because they were stuck in their tower with no door. So then it's been blown up and falling out of the tower. They're being thrown out.
That would be like a modern day card. Like instead of like the way we see it, like thrown to your comfort zone. Also, I got it like a paradigm shift or a new idea.
Yeah. I will put in the link to Silvia's channel. Oh yeah, go on, so yeah. She's on it.
I'm on it. I just started. I had it for like 3 years under a different name, and I took a break for about 8 months. So I'm just getting back into it. So just if you're wondering why I'm kind of figuring out, because I'm just getting right back to it. But this is perfect. I love this, and I would love to do others with you if you have the time and stuff.
Yeah.
Because we're always learning a bit intuitive.
Oh God. Did you post that? Oh, there it is. I was wondering. It was taking time to come through. Right, we shall wrap it up there. So, guys, Silvia, thanks for joining me, and I look forward to doing the rest of it. So next week, that'll be lovely. Lads, hit the thumbs up, comment afterwards. Like Silvia said, if you have any thoughts yourselves on what we could do for the rest of the major arcana cards next week, do put any suggestions in the comments. Share with anyone who you think might be interested in learning about these major arcana cards. And if you know anyone interested in doing an online tarot course for only €30, 6 live classes on a private link on YouTube, tell them get in contact with me. All right.
What is your email?
I'll put it up there. Hold on now.
Okay.
I can't see my. There we go. So Jackie Forever 2 at. I'll put it in the comments afterwards as well. Anyway, there we go. Jackie Forever 2 at gmail.com. So yeah. Bless you, ladies. We can't wait for next week. Good stuff, Lil. I'll see you Saturday, Lil. We work together, so I'll see her on Saturday. So thanks a million, everyone, for being here. Thanks to everyone watching on playback later, lads. And comment and hit the thumbs up. and subscribe to Silvia's YouTube channel. If you put your link in the comments afterwards, so as well, and that people can subscribe to you too. Thanks for a great YouTube live. You're very welcome, Maya and Steph. Thanks, Fatima. Thanks everyone for being here. Thanks, Iron Firehorse. That's Irene, right? Isn't that your name? Am I right? I think I met you on Heather's channel one time. This is a really good show, ladies. Thanks. Take care, everyone. We'll see you all next week, lads. Bye. I'm going to wrap it up now because I'm dying for a mug of tea.